Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to take a close look at the Miyoo. And the first model, I must say I was quite excited about it. But I must say that I was quite disappointed also that we've seen like they already released a version number 2. It's great that they find like revisions, but sometimes you have these upgrades. I'm thinking, why didn't you do that in the first place? Because I know a lot of people bought the first model like me. And yeah, so when you're getting the first one, you're excited, you want to play some games. And after like a couple of months, you realize there's already a version 2 out. Not only me, but I think also you feel quite betrayed. You're thinking like, wow, like I spent quite a lot of money on this. It's your hard-earned money. And then you basically like have an old model. I think that's pretty like freaking annoying. But they are selling this thing in a couple of different colors. I really love the translucent. You also have the blue one and the black version you're seeing over here. I must say that I almost bought the blue one, but I'm more like, yeah, the black one's maybe a little bit better. Nevertheless, this thing comes with new features, also like a new display and some minor improvements. Later on, we're also doing side by side. There was no box. That's it. Like we do get some wipes. And let's see what we're going to get over here. What the hell? Guide stickers. Dust absorber. Okay. We're even going to get ourselves like a screen protector. That is very nice. We do get the toilet paper manual like always, or better said like this, the deluxe edition. Here you can see like everything has been explained very well, and they did an amazing job with this. I just want to point out is like when you're looking at these devices, there is so much stuff you can change out. I just want to do a quick unboxing here just to see what are you going to get out of the box, because there are like some custom firmwares already out there. And there are also fellow YouTubers like a Retro Game Core that makes some awesome like videos about those. But nevertheless, we're going to talk about it later. For now, let's close this very cool tiny protection box, because you need to contain the beast, the emulation beast. And let's take a close look at the handheld itself. The Miyoo Mini reminds me of a Game Boy. And maybe you also have this, maybe you're not, let me know in the comments. But it's tiny, it's mini, absolutely. This is what portable means, like this is like really uncomfortable to play. And how is the quality in general? Okay, so when you're looking at this Miyoo Mini, this is not like the most powerful handheld out there. No, this is something that is like in the middle range if you ask me. Specification wise, it's like with the display pretty damn nice. It's of course a very tiny display compared with your typical handheld, because it's a very mini handheld. But the overall quality, I think it's a pretty cool device to have in the collection and to bring with you, because it's so mini, it's so easy to bring with you. Let's be honest, like some of the handhelds are getting really big nowadays. So at the front we're going to get ourselves your A, B, X and Y configuration, select and start, and then we do get the D-pad. As a big fan of D-pads, I'm very pleased that they added a D-pad, because with my previous videos I even seen like some handhelds only having an analog stick. Of course there was no space for an analog stick, and I'm happy they choose for the D-pad. It feels very nice, and that is something that I'm very pleased with. So at the side we're going to get ourselves a volume control, pretty damn cool. That is not the normal with every handheld, especially when it comes to this size. Some handhelds I've reviewed in the past, you need to have like button configuration, like pressing select and then up and down. It's not a big of a deal, but I personally really love like to have just a physical button or scrolling wheel for it. So here at the top we're going to get an on and off switch. When you're pressing it, you can see over here we do have some LEDs. And at the right side we don't have anything. But at the back there we're going to get some very interesting things. We do have the information about the Miyoo Mini. It doesn't say like what kind of version, a little bit confusing. So when you're buying it you need to be very careful which one you buy. And then we do have like the L and R and the L2 and R2. Okay, so the battery. The Miyoo battery that you're going to get will give you a couple of hours of playtime. If you want to bring an extra one with you, that is possible. You can replace it fairly easy. You just pull it out and plug out the cable over here. So take consideration, this is then a 2000 milliamp. It's not like a gigantic one, and there's not like a lot of space for a big one. So there are some limitations over here. At the bottom what you're going to get is the Type-C connection for connectivity and of course data transfer and charging. Then we do have like the SD card input over here, and at the bottom we're also going to get ourselves an audio jack out. So it seems to be that the new Miyoo Mini has even a better display than the previous one. That is something we're going to do in side-by-side comparison, but for now let's play some games and let's take a close look at the menu itself. Take consideration this is your typical menu you're going to get when you try basically pull it out of the box. There are some, let's say, tutorials out there for like even upgrading it and getting maybe some better performance. So what I like about this device, we do have like an option for so many like basic systems, stuff we do have seen many times before, but this Mini has, in my opinion, enough to offer for the price that you need to pay for it. Alright, so let's try some 8-bit. Of course, this is no problem playing it on this, but I just wanted to show you anyway. Another thing I've noticed, like the audio quality of this thing is pretty damn good, and also it goes very loud. Get the fuck out of my way. Asshole! I need some road rash! So when you're pressing the tiny button over here, we're going to have like the option to make a quick load, quick save. And what you can see over here, we do have like 10 empty slots for every single game, what I understand of. Pressing over here, we go and get into the native, let's say the backend. Here you can even like mess around with it with the region. And if you like need to do some extra things, like adding some cheats, everything is possible with this device and the stock software. But okay, so what you're going to get with Game Boy Classic, I think this is absolutely epic. So this handheld is absolutely cool. Like when you want to play some old school games, the resolution and the screen is great. What is a pretty damn neat feature, when you go into the native menu, we can even like mess around with the options. For example, you can show the FPS, but it's not like something I wanted to show. Let's say you put the scale on 1.5. So what you're going to see over here, we're even going to get ourselves a bezel. Let's mess around with some more. Let's see what happens if we're going to put it on none, for example. Let's put it on there. Let's see what happens then. So here you can see, like, I don't know if this is going to be like the ultimate way. I think the best way to play is just have like a full screen, and I love it that you can just mess around with this. Alright. I think this is just the most epic way to play. So let's play. I must say this game is really difficult. Alright, so next up let's play some Game Boy Advance. Alright, so next up I want to try some Mega Drive. I think the handheld is absolutely amazing for, let's say, just basic games. Personally, the stuff that I mostly play. Think about up to PlayStation 1. But out of the box, I think this thing has an amazing performance. And it looks amazing on this beautiful display. Alright, so next up let's try a Super Famicom game. I must say, like, I'm flabbergasted by the audio quality of this tiny handheld. Absolutely amazing game. Plays amazing also on this device. Yeah. But okay, so let's push this device to the limit. And let's see how it runs with some Tekken. Because this is absolutely one of my favorite games to play. And on this display with the aspect ratio looks absolutely amazing. No stretched up weird stuff going on. So when you're looking at this device and the emulation option, it's absolutely crazy if you think about it. Like, I wish I could go back in time and just give it to myself back in the, let's say, in the 90s, early 2000s. So I just want to give you like a quick look. I didn't even show you everything. This thing even supports PC Engine, Atari, and of course we do have like different platforms for arcade. And yeah, this is just absolutely like crazy if you think about it. There's so much stuff that you can play with it, and we do have like a lot of fun if you're going to bring this thing with you. So the Miyoo Mini 2, ah man, I'm personally in love with this. Okay, but there are some things I didn't really like about it, and I just need to be honest with you. Okay, maybe this is my problem, or my problem with my handheld, but sometimes my A button gets a little bit sticky. So when you're looking at the D-pad with this new model, I think you need to get used to it, because the movement of the D-pad, it doesn't have any, like say, resistance or almost nothing. So you need to get very used to it if you want to play some fighting games. Another thing is like the positioning between the D-pad and the normal buttons is very slim. And also here, you need to cramp up your hands up, not up to the point that it's going to be like uncomfortable, but that's something I just want to point out. But okay, so let's do a quick side-by-side comparison with the older model, because I'm really curious what are the big differences. Take consideration the button thing I'm having on mine is just maybe a quality issue, something I need to clean, so I'm not going to point out and bitch on it. But I just want to do a side-by-side comparison, especially when it comes to the screen itself. Especially when you're going to put them side by side, here you can see the big difference between the Miyoo version number 1 and the Miyoo version number 2 at the right over here. The display is absolutely a big improvement over the older one. It's not like the older one is very, let's say, bad looking, but this is just, in my opinion, the next level. Also, where you can see the screen size is a slightly different like format. You do have like quite a big bezels around the older model, especially when it comes to the bottom and the top over here. And with the new one, it looks more like a squared shape. And I think it gives you like a better experience when it comes to playing some old school games. But okay, so let's take a close look at the audio quality. Is there any difference over there? Also here with the battery they did some improvements, or maybe the seller did swap it out for my order. So basically normally we're going to get ourselves a 1900 milliamp battery with the older one, but here you can see like the seller did slap in 2000 milliamp over here. So with the Miyoo we do get this very nice sticker on it. I must say the compartment, like, oh man, this thing is very hard to get out. And that is something of a difference. We do get like the original one over here. Maybe this was also the case with here that he swapped it out. I cannot talk anymore. They switched it out. But nevertheless, so these are the difference when it comes to the handhelds and the quality, etc. If you think about it, like I've reviewed so many of these devices and they like make something new every single month. But the Miyoo Mini version number 2 is absolutely an awesome emulation beast. This thing can play so many cool games, and I think one of the neat features this thing just has is the form factor and this beautiful display. I already mentioned in the beginning of the video, I wish it did just from the start adding this cool display, because this is absolutely like one of those awesome features that thing has to offer. It's tiny, it has a lot of games to play, and it looks beautiful, especially when you're looking at the aspect ratio. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Miyoo Mini version 2. Do you own one or two? I want to thank you for watching, consider subscribing, hit that little bell, and it would be great to see you in the next video.